Listen to him play like that. It's almost criminal to disturb him, but duty calls. Good morning, Reuben.
Morning, Portia.
I got a call from the government of Sweden. They're asking for an update on the bio-research collaboration agreement.
I've already signed it.
Perfect. I will send it back to Prime Minister Lindgren at once.
Thank you, Portia. Please let her know that I'm very excited to start working with them. We will do incredible things together.
You could tell her that in person when you meet her again.
You're absolutely right. We should invite Prime Minister Lindgren to our next gathering on the island. And honestly, I'd love to get to know one of your friends.
My relationship with Anna Lindgren is strictly professional.
That wasn't the sentiment she conveyed when we spoke. She seemed rather fond of you.
Her fondness only extends as far as it benefits her. She wouldn't think twice about turning on me if it worked to her advantage. The only valuable lesson that woman ever taught me was never to put your trust in a politician.
Why did you push for us to reach an agreement with Lindgren then?
I knew how important access to Sweden's archive of classified bio-research would be for your project. And if striking a deal with a corrupt official is what it takes to get it, I'd do it again.
Corrupt? You shouldn't throw accusations like that around. Portia, what truly happened between you two?
She gave me a wake-up call about the world we live in. During the elections, I was an intern in her office and stumbled upon some confidential files. Those documents were evidence that Anna was blackmailing members of Parliament. Unsurprisingly, they all voted for her as Prime Minister.
I never heard anything about this.
Naturally. You wouldn't have known. Anna destroyed all the evidence before I could take it to the authorities. She then threatened to ruin my career if I dared to speak out about what I saw. I did it anyway. And let me assure you, I have no regrets.
If you exposed her, why is Lindgren still in office?
An intern without proof speaking out against a prime minister? Please, no one cares. Of course, Parliament could have requested further investigation. But why bother when their hands were as dirty as Anna's?
Sadly, that's just the way it is in a lot of places.
But not here.
Is that why you decided to come work with me?
I'd been following your work for a long time, since before I became an intern for Anna. By your side, I know I can make a real difference. More than I ever could as a politician.
I truly couldn't have found a better assistant.
Excuse me? I found you. I was the one who kept showing up at your office until you gave me a job.
And I'm glad you did. I don't know what I would do without you.
Exactly. Now go get ready. You have 20 minutes until the call with the Mumbai branch. And in the meantime, I'll make sure to get the agreement sent back to Lindgren.
Thank you. It's on the table in the study.
And of course, there's nothing on the table. For his sake, I hope it's in one of the table drawers. Left it on the desk, he said. What is this? Lim, what the hell does she want with Reuben?
Dear Reuben, you're probably wondering why I haven't sent you the manuscript of my next novel yet. The truth is, I won't be sending it to you this time.
Good. Finally, Reuben won't have to waste any more time reading that pointless garbage.
I appreciate your feedback over the years, but I don't think it's necessary any longer. Nowadays, I can barely squeeze a word out. I'm not sure why. Perhaps the secrets I carry with me finally started weighing on me. All I know is that I can't keep it to myself anymore. I can't continue denying my feelings for you.
Seriously, Could she be any more pathetic? Oh God, there's more.
Reuben, since the day we met, I felt there was something special about you. I loved all the time we spent together at the university library. Not to mention our long chats at the cafe nearby. They had the best coffee in the world, remember? You have no idea how much I miss those times. Life was much simpler back then, but after graduation, I isolated myself, thinking that my work was more important. After a while, I realized I didn't want to be by myself, and Jax was there to fill the void. But things between us have been complicated for quite some time now. I lost count of how many times we broke up and got back together. We were never on the same page in our relationship. I guess it's because, deep down, I always wanted to be... I know it isn't fair to Jax, but as much as I care for him, I can't see us spending the rest of our lives together. It's you who I want to be with. So, I will end this letter by saying this. Ruben Navarro, you are my best friend, my confidant, my love.
In your dreams, Lim. Reuben has more important things to care about than your immature feelings. I will not let you ruin him, even if it's the last thing I do. Reuben, we need to talk.
Can it wait, Portia? I need to find Janet.
Forget about Lim. You should be more concerned about your party in the garden.
What's the issue? The guests appear to be having a good time.
Reuben, you have a full schedule tomorrow, so please don't get carried away. I strongly suggest you hit the hay while I wrap up the party. I need you to be sharp and ready in the morning, which you won't be if you don't get proper rest.
Portia, don't start this again.
Start what?
Trying to control everyone. You're overstepping the boundaries.
I'm just looking after you.
Helping to manage my business is one thing. Monitoring my every step is another. Sometimes it feels like you're trying to put a leash on me. You need to take it easy.
If I take it easy, I'm afraid our deadlines will become nothing more than wishful thinking.
Perhaps. But keeping an iron grip on everything doesn't do much good either. If anything, it makes me lose concentration.
It's not my fault you're struggling to focus. If you want to blame something, blame all the trivial distractions, like this gathering.
Please enlighten me as to how they impact my work.
Instead of resting, you waste your time with these people. People like Lim.
I am honestly tired of hearing you insult Janet, or any of my other guests.
I can't understand why you're so fond of these people. Honestly, some of your guests are total mediocrities.
Now I understand a bit better why some of them call you the Ice Queen.
Ice Queen? Seriously? Ruben, these people only spoil your intellect. I can feel my IQ dropping whenever they open their mouths.
What happened to you? You weren't like this before.
What happened to me? What happened to you? Your guests were much more respectable before. You used to invite true intellectuals, people who had something to offer.
Times change, Portia. I started the annual gatherings as a networking event, but I never enjoyed them back then. Most of the guests only came to talk about work. And what I really need is time off. Time to relax and spend with people I care about.
I only wish the guests were up to your standards.
Portia, you must stop putting me on a pedestal. I'm only human, like any other person.
You're too modest, Ruben. Your work will leave a mark for generations to come. Whereas those people outside will soon be forgotten.
Criticize my guests all you like. They'll always be welcome here. And I expect you to show them the respect they deserve.
I'll stay professional, as always, but I'll never agree with your choice of friends.
I guess this is all the common ground we're likely to find. There's no point continuing this conversation.
I disagree. There's still a party going on outside.
Portia, could you please just drop it?
Ruben, be reasonable. It's late and we all have a long day tomorrow.
I guess you're right. It's best for everyone to get some rest before leaving. I'll say goodbye to the guests.
I can pass on your regards to them. You should go get ready for your night's rest.
All right, but I need to talk to Janet first. She wanted to discuss something. Did you see her?
She went downstairs a few minutes ago.
Perfect. I'll go talk to her now.
May I ask what is so urgent?
I'm not sure, but she said it was important.
I see. In that case, it might be better if you leave it be. Given how flirtatious she was with you over dinner, I can guess what it is she wants to talk about.
Janet, flirting? Please, Portia.
She has feelings for you, Reuben. And I doubt that's going to sit well with the cowboy superstar if he finds out.
It's really none of your business, Portia.
I'm just looking after your well-being. This situation might lead to you fighting with your friends, which won't do you any good.
You're making too many assumptions. We don't even know what Janet wants.
Come on, Reuben. She clearly intends to confess her feelings for you. Just look at how she spent the weekend, chasing you around while ignoring her own man. And don't forget her awkward calls over the last few months. Calls you never replied to.
Well, regardless of what Janet wants to discuss, I can't keep avoiding her.
Please don't tell me you return Lim's feelings. You two can't be together, Reuben. You have to reject her. Think of your friendship with Trainer.
I appreciate the advice, but I don't need it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to see Janet.
Suit yourself, but I'd suggest you take this conversation somewhere private. You don't want anyone to overhear you by accident, do you?
You're right. It'd be best to keep our conversation private. Could you ask Janet to come see me in the study?
Of course, Reuben.
Thank you, Portia. And please be kind to her.
Last time I saw Janet, she was going down to the basement. She should still be there.
Listen, Alice, I'm sorry I let you down, but you've got to give me more time. I know fans have been demanding a sequel, but an extra month won't hurt. I guarantee you I can get it done. I have people working on the final draft. Yes, they do lack my touch. But what do you expect me to do? These days, I'm not capable of putting a single goddamn sentence together. Don't tell me to relax, Alice. I will make sure the draft is finished by the end of the month.
Well, well, well.
Portia, what are you doing here?
Reuben asked me to find you.
Oh, well, we shouldn't keep him waiting then.
Are you sure? Seems you were in the middle of a very important call. You should probably pick up the phone again. It's rather impolite to leave the person on the other end hanging. After all, your book won't write itself. Although, hiring a few more ghostwriters might help.
Were you eavesdropping on me?
Why so nervous, Lim? Afraid someone will find out you're a fraud?
Whatever you think you heard is none of your business.
It's not what I think, it's what I know. And I know that you haven't sent Reuben your latest manuscripts. You've never published without first getting his feedback. Well, at least not the books you wrote yourself.
What a vivid imagination! Perhaps you should consider a writing career.
It's true. I could release a book detailing Janet Lim's web of fabrications and deceit.
You know what? I'm done talking to you. I'm going back upstairs.
You can run, but you can't hide from the truth.
What truth? You have no proof of what you're insinuating.
I don't need any. Your own work should speak for itself. You said it before. Those ghostwriters lack authenticity. If your audience hears it's not you writing, they'll be able to connect the dots.
Keep your mouth shut, Frost, or I'll...
You'll what? Are you actually threatening me? Wow, little Miss Goody Two-Shoes has finally shown her true colors.
I'll get you fired for this. Reuben will listen to me.
Go ahead, he's waiting in the study. But mark my words, you do this, and I'll end your career. All I need is to make one phone call.
You're bluffing.
Try me.
What the hell do you want, Portia? Is it money?
All I want is for you to stay out of Reuben's life.
I beg your pardon.
Are you deaf? I want you to keep your distance from him. Don't contact him, reply only when he reaches out, and most importantly, never waste his time with your petty problems.
You can't expect me to do that. Reuben or Jax will suspect something is wrong.
I'm sure you'll find an excuse. If there is something you're good at, it's lying.
Go to hell, Portia.
Hell is what your life is going to become if you don't cooperate.
Why are you doing this? What do you gain from it?
I'm doing what's best for Reuben.
Who put you in charge of deciding what's best for him?
You're in no position to ask questions here.
You know, I've always found it weird, the way you keep him in check. It's not normal for an assistant to act like that, unless there's an underlying motive. You want to keep Reuben for yourself, don't you?
Unlike you, Lim, I have no desire to stand between Reuben and his goals. Changing the world should be his only concern.
Cut the crap, Frost. Confess your obsession with him.
There's nothing to confess.
You don't even have the courage to admit it. I guess, deep down, you know Reuben will never love someone like you.
Say one more word. Just one more word, Lim. I dare you.
You don't scare me, Frost. Let's see what Reuben has to say about your threats.
Think twice before you do something stupid. Do as I say, or everything you've built will crumble in front of your eyes. Got it? Do your part, and I will do mine. Seriously? Still celebrating? Some people. I can't wait to end this party, but I need to talk to Reuben first.
Portia, did you find Janet?
She isn't coming.
What? What did she say?
Not much. Trainer arrived soon after me and confronted Janet.
About what? I should go see them.
I strongly suggest you don't. He knows Janet has feelings for someone else. He doesn't know who it is, but if you're there, that might give him a better idea. Look, Reuben, Trainer is trying his best to save their relationship. Do you really want to stand in his way? You getting involved won't help anyone.
You might be right. Perhaps it's best not to get involved.
Wise decision. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that's it. Thank you, Portia. Have a good night.
Good night, Reuben. I'm sorry you're in pain, Reuben. But you will overcome this, and nothing else will stand in your way. Now, off to end that stupid party.